Hi and welcome. My name is Dennis Rock. Today what we are going to cover will astound you. You will learn how with our help you will generate endless buyer leads and audiences for your business, anywhere in the world and using any language. Magic? No, but it will seem like magic. You will receive as much as 50 times returns without hardly lifting a finger. So let's get started. If you are in the e-commerce or brick building, clothing, retail business and you want to sell exercise pants, out of the following, who would you prefer to promote to? Take a look at these pictures. One is of a young lady exercising in a gym, and the other photo is of three rather large ladies walking down the street. Now, I'm not being discriminatory here, just asking you which person you think would be more susceptible to purchasing your product. Of course, you must, like me, be thinking the person working out in the gym would be more ideal than the three women walking in the street. So how will what I have to offer help you and get you up to 50% or 50 times more sales than you are getting now? Well, this is easy to explain. We will be using beacon-based marketing. Now don't worry, I will explain this fully during the tutorial. Beacons are free from the issues of Wi-Fi. Beacons don't need a power source. Beacons are small and light and can be carried around in a person's pocket. Beacons are what I term your own mobile billboard. Beacons did have their faults. Up until now, a beacon signal could only activate when a user placed an app on their mobile phone. So how many of you, say, would download an app for every business you go to? Every restaurant, every toy store, every clothing store, etc. Now be honest, would you download an app for each store you frequent? No, of course not. And neither would others. So Beacon's big promise never took off as the magical lead generating solution that they said it was. The only companies that used it were the multi-location companies such as Walmart or Target and Whole Foods, and there are hundreds more of the big companies. Beacons, you see, have a 300 foot, that's approximately 100 meters radius. Below, you'll see what I mean by a radius of 100 meters in a crowded place like a busy train station, as you can see here. The 300 meters, there's a lot of people in there. And then, of course, Google came along as our saviors. They released EddyStone Beacon Protocol. Now, the reason I say they are our saviors is that with their EddyStone beacons, it enabled us to send messages to mobile phones via Bluetooth without the need for an app. Can you see the benefits? This means you can now broadcast messages to user phones without the need to buy ads, pay Google, or even have phone's ID or a number. I hope you are now having a light bulb moment. Google has changed everything. Beacons are cheap and last a long time. Also, they can be carried in pockets, stuck on walls, etc., wherever you want to put them. This is what I term a walking lead generation harvester. Now, imagine if you have one in your pocket and you're walking in a mall, in a shopping mall. Anyone with a smartphone that is within 100 meters of you will get your message. You will be your own walking advert. Or if you have more than one of these beacons, you could have your staff or your family put one in their pockets and advertise for you wherever they go. More of this later. Anyway, beacon conversions are already at 54% from users in the US and about 80% globally, and this is growing. Beacons are settable. If you set the beacon to have a range of 50 foot, it will have the battery life of about 2 years. Beacons set at 300 foot, that's its maximum, will have a battery life of around 10 months to a year. Of course, I would recommend you setting them at the maximum, as you will harvest more leads, and even in nearby locations, let alone at events or railway stations. So, cutting a long story short, a few years back, two technologies came: the ability to target mobile devices in close proximity and broadcasting messages to users' phones. Wi-Fi marketing is a simple structure, but it has and had many faults. Firstly, you need to target users and, of course, Wi-Fi costs. Then, if you have a land-based business, you can only target people in a limited area. This is still the same in any business. But you couldn't carry a modem or a router around. This is not the magical way to harvest your clients. With beacons, you have the ability to broadcast the message directly to users using Bluetooth. How many leads a day do you think using one of these you could acquire? In a local shopping mall, possibly 160 per day. That's approximately 5,000 per month, or approximately 60,000 a year. These are maybe buyers or clients. Can you imagine what that would cost you advertising on Google or any other place? If you are in a very competitive business, costs on Google could be upwards of $10 per lead and more. The light bulb moment must be flashing now. Your potential is insane with this. I am predicting that some of you are owners of retail stores. Can you imagine sending a message to anyone who is within 300 feet of your store, shop, walking in the area? What about you who own service companies? You will be broadcasting your message everywhere you go. When you're in a shopping mall, train station, in a confectionery stores. Oh my God. If you are a real estater, you will be constantly on the move, broadcasting. Even if you own an online e-commerce store, you will be getting free buyer traffic. Think about this. If you place these beacons in strategic locations, you can get permission to secure these on walls in any places, and each beacon will be bringing you leads for nothing. Never before have you had the opportunity to use something so simple for your land-based or online business or even local service business. Some clients that are using my service, Art Bosma, for instance, has one beacon in Canada who has an agency and generates clients paying him up to $500 per month each. Gables also own one beacon and are generating 150 leads a day. One mobile storage owner has 10 beacons and he's killing it. There is an example of one of the messages he sends out. Okay, take a look at this. This is simple. This is what they get on their mobile phone, on their smartphone. I'm sure that from this example, you must be visualizing what your message would be. One of my clients has a mattress company and has 3 beacons. I could go on, but you get the idea. Like I said, Art is selling subscriptions for $499 per month, which is giving him insane margins. What I like doing is connecting a few businesses together. For instance, I have put the following businesses together: a health store, healthy restaurant, sports store, local gym, a beauty salon, and hairstylist, and an attorney. Now, they actually complement each other. I know you might be thinking, why the attorney? But if you think about it, you'll see why the attorney. Now, this is working out fine for each of them. They do a different message, and my engineers, of course, do the work, and they promote a partner. Now, a partner is one of the stores, so this is working magically for all involved. And not only that, a few of them have become great friends and socialise together. Now, an example of what happens is when a person walks into a gym, they get special offer from one of the other partners. If you join today, during this launch, our subscription charge for this communal service is $297 per month per business. That is supplying and servicing one beacon per client. For this, each client can change the message on their beacon monthly. The client sends us a new message and whatever they want, and our technicians change the message. As I have mentioned, we do offer more than one beacon service monthly for a client. Terms are negotiated for the number of beacons per subscription. So let me break this down for you, taking results that we know. I mentioned earlier that in the US, the conversion rate is approximately 1.6% on the message ads. So 10 stores with one beacon and 300 reach, they would add in a day reaching approximately 5,000 people. That's 81 clicks a day or 2,430 clicks a month. Now let's assume that for each click you make $1. You'll be making an extra $2,430 a month with no work or extra expense to you. I have worked this out with a reach of just 5,000 people per day. A lot of my clients reach more than this with just one beacon. Now, because of the work involved, the more beacons you have, the more the monthly cost will be. But this cost is not prohibitive. For instance, if you purchase a subscription for 3 beacons, the initial first month, including configuration of the 3 beacons, will be $497. And then a monthly fee for the service will be $397. So as you can see, the cost will drop the more beacons you purchase. Another thing that some of my clients who are not part of a communal service, though through us, do is buy more beacons, and they give them to their family to carry around. Now, also, they do a little business by exchanging beacons in physical stores. Some have even gone round and asked if they could place their beacon in a strategic place in a neighbour's store. There are so many ways our clients are distributing these beacons, all doing the same job and gaining them leads. There's so much money to be made in the most unlikely locations. Now, I know you will say that beacons are cheap to buy. The ones we purchase for our clients cost approximately $20. You go out and purchase one just the same, but you will then have a huge problem even if you get it set up once at a cost, of course. If you want to change the message, connect it to a different landing page, or change the audience pixel, or even creating a Facebook audience, you will need to go back to the developer again. More cost. This will be needed for every beacon you purchase, making it become more and more prohibitive as you progress. We do everything for you. All you have to do is send us a new message each month and we do the rest. Before I go into more information about the offer, we are in Spain, but work for clients all over the world. Okay, that being said, to become a client or for more information, please either email us on denrock+53@gmail.com with the subject line Beacon Offer, or telephone us on 0034 620 457 024, stating that the call is about the Beacon Offer. The call will be kept short and we will phone you back at a convenient time for yourself. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you.